What up, y'all? DJ Connect here, and I can't wait for you to check out week 3, which we're on right now. Today's video is all about mixing. That's right, DJing 101, you gotta know how to blend 2 songs together. That's what we're gonna do coming up.
I have a surprise for you folks.
That's right, fam. Welcome back. DJ Connect here, and I'm excited about week number 3. I'm ready to get into this and show you all the meat, the potatoes of DJing 101. We talked about the baby scratch in week 1. In week 2, we started on mixing by learning how to count beats per minute, and which, by the way, if you go back and watch that video, it was actually 100 beats per minute, not 102, because of the way I counted. I actually landed on 3 and not the 3rd beat. So there's really just 12 full bars, 2 beats. If y'all are confused by that, I can go into explain that a little bit better in another video, and I'll get that started for you. So getting into this week, like I said, I am excited because we have another great artist, another great song for us to mix to. So this week, we're going to get into Pettidee and his song, Work. I've known this guy for years now, and I'm telling you, he is a stand-up guy, and he got a really nice song for us to use tonight. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. In fact, let's go ahead and check it out.
It's time to go get it. Heavy working man and woman out there. It's dark outside. Need that car. You out there? You gotta get it. It's your thing. It's legal work. Legal work. My dog was all in, went to the pen for moving packs of that work. But he out now, got a family back, and he out trying to get work. Filling out application, no work. No work. Closed doors, no work. No work. He never quit. Now he about to get legal paper, dog, about work. That work. That work. Every day I go to work. In this uniform and this corny shirt.
That's right, y'all. Pettidee and Work. Man, what a great song. I can't wait to dive into it this week. Also, in case you're wondering, I'm sporting the Oilers hat here, the old school Titans logo back when they were the Oilers, because, man, I gotta give it up for the Titans. They have done phenomenal this season. I'm talking phenomenal. So big shout out to the Titans. I'm a huge fan. Love what you're doing. Now, without further ado, let's get into doing the work. Let me show you how to DJ and how to mix 101. We're mixing phrases. Here we go. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing, learn how to mix with Pettidee's song Work. On this side, I've got the master's track. It's going to have the vocals and everything. This side is going to be the instrumental because Pettidee was very gracious to allow us to use the instrumental as well for this week's video. Now, if you're wondering about the gear I'm using or the equipment I'm using to record with, I will put the links for this down in the description of the video. And if you'll do me a favor, if you enjoy these videos, if you would help me out, I would greatly appreciate it by clicking on those links to go to Amazon to purchase these equipment, this gear, or even if you're not buying this gear in particular, if you use those links but go to a different thing and purchase that actually helps me out as well to fund these videos. There's external hard drives you have to get because the videos are so big, and there's just all this stuff, the equipment that goes into it, the time and everything. Obviously, if you don't use them, I still love you all. Thank you for your support. But if you do use them, that helps me out even more, and I greatly appreciate that. Now that commercial's over with, back into mixing here. So we're starting off with Pettidee's song, and whether you have this mixer, which is the Rain 72, or if you have a controller which is smaller with smaller jog wheels, a lot of these controllers and mixers will have cube point buttons. This one has a whole bunch of different options on it. I can go over these options later on in a different video, but the one we're concerned about right now is cue points, which is these right here. They have their own individual colors, but if you're using Serato, you can actually change the color. So if I wanted like every color to be red, I'll change this one right here. Now it's red. So, you can change the colors. It doesn't have to be that multicolored thing. But if you remember last week, we talked about beats and bars. This week we're talking about phrases. And so in a song, a phrase is typically going to happen every 8, 16 bars, something like that. With hip hop, it's like happens almost every time. It's 8 bars or 16 bars. But this is not always the case. That's just the normal rule of things. And so if we listen to this song, we'll count and listen to the beat. Every 9th bar, so if there's 8 bars of music, the 9th bar is when we're going to hear the next phrase. So listen to this song and listen to the change in music every 9th bar. Okay? 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. So you notice there, we had 8 bars of a same sound or music, and then on the 9th bar, that's when we heard a difference. If we look at the instrumental, we'll take away the vocals, and you can see a little bit better about what I'm talking about. Listen to the difference in the song every 8 bars. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. So you saw there was a big difference. Sometimes a small difference. It could be small or a big difference. Just something to change up the sound of the music. And if you listen, 9 times out of 10, also, you're going to have what's called a lead-in into the next phrase so that you can tell that the next phrase is about to come in. So, as a DJ, when you do this long enough, you actually don't even really have to count. You can hear the song, and you just kind of intuitively know by the sound of it and everything else when the next phrase is going to come in. Now, I've already set these cue points. But just to show you all how to do it, I'm going to delete them. And I'm going to go back to the beginning of the song. Now, when you set up this song for the first time, your first cue point is going to be right when the sound comes in. So I'm going to set this right there. And if you notice, there's a white line on my rain mixer here. That simply just tells me where it's at in the song. So if I press play, you'll hear the sound come in right when it hits the white line. Okay, so that shows me where we're at in the song. So I'm going to line it up to the very beginning of the sound, and I'm going to hit the first cue point. Now, doesn't matter where we're at in the song. I'm actually going to delete them a little bit too, not close enough where I want to be on there. And this is just preference. But I could be anywhere on the song, and then go back to the first point. So you see there, that's what cue points are for. They actually help you jump back and forth to different parts of the song. So I'm going to start this at the beginning, and every 8 bars I'm going to drop a cue point. I'm going to let the music play, but I'm just going to drop it every 8 bars. So it'll be the 9th bar. So it'll be 8, 2, 3, 4, and drop on the 1 or the 9th bar. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, and so if you notice there, the song had that, structure to it, that every 8 bars was a change in a phrase. So every 8 bars, we have a different phrase of the song. So now if I wanted to skip the second cue point and go straight into the chorus, the meat of the song, I could just do that. So I could start the first part. And then as soon as it gets to the part where the second phrase comes in, I'm going to skip that second phrase and go jump into the third phrase. 4, 2, 3, 4, and so you can see there how we can jump around. So So now that you know how to jump around in the song, now we can actually mix the two songs together. So we're going to use the same song here by Pettidee, but we can use other songs as well. But keep in mind that in each song you have lyrics and instrumental parts. With this song by Pettidee, it's actually heavily lyrically based, so there's not a whole lot of breaks in, a whole lot of instrumental part. So with this song, it's a little bit harder, but you can actually take another song that has an instrumental part and bring in this one. So if you go through the song and jump around, you can hear the start of the new phrase and what it sounds like. Is it a lyric? Is it instrumental? Is it got a lot of instrumentation in it? Or is it like pretty basic, like a breakdown, so that way you can add stuff to it? So listen to the different key points. So if you see there, pretty much every phrase had a vocal beginning in it. So, but if you notice, this one was really thin right here. So if we jump from this one to, like, let's say the chorus, you can do that technically, but it's such an abrupt change. I think it would catch the crowd off guard. So maybe don't do something like that big of a difference. If anything, you could start off with the instrumental and actually make it a little bit louder. But even then, it's still an abrupt change, so keep that in mind whenever you're looking at your songs. There's going to be good ways to mix and bad ways to mix. So, but with that said, the next thing I want to teach you is to bring it in on the one. So if you're going to mix two songs together, you have to bring it in on the one, so that way it lines up and everything's good. So I'll just go ahead and jump into that. We'll start this at the beginning. And as soon as it gets to the lyrical part of the song, I'll bring in the instrumental, just so you can see what I mean.
My dog was all in, went to the pen for moving back to that work. He out now, got a family back, and he out trying to get work. Putting out application, no work. Closed doors, no work. He never quit, now he got to get living.
So if you notice there, I had him lined in properly, and I came in on the one. Now, if you notice too, another thing I did was I did a baby scratch. Now, even though you didn't hear me baby scratching, it helps you to release the record on time. So if you were to just keep the record stopped, and if I were to do that again, and this time I'm not going to baby scratch, I'm just going to let go of the record. Did you hear that little so there's like a little rev up to it, because the when you're using platters like this, they're motorized, but they don't start off right away at the full speed. They have to ramp up to it. So if you listen to it again, or I'll start right here, you have a little bit of a ramp up to the speed. So if you do the baby scratch though, what you're doing is on that forward motion, you're letting go. So it's almost like you're kind of giving it a little bit of a push, but not really. You don't want to push like that. You just kind of want to let go, but the momentum is already moving forward. So that allows it to kind of keep that sound out of it. So now that we've done that, let me go ahead and bring in another song. If you remember, on the first week, Nate Jordan provided us a song called Divine, and this song is about 20 beats per minute slower than Pettidee's song. So we're going to actually have to do something that's a little bit unnatural. We're going to have to use Serato and the digital, things like that to get it to do what we want it to do. Now, if we played it using the dreaded sync button here, if we did that, let me see here. Actually, All right, so if we did that with the sync button, you'll notice the song actually doesn't sound right. It sounds really like chipmunky. I'ma tell like a man told me, if I call fast and it go fast only, to go to the righteous, I might just rise. Well, actually, the pitch and time button was on, which kept it from sounding that way, which is what I was going to talk about. If you do this without pitch and time that Serato has, it'll sound really chipmunky. I'ma tell like a man told me. So it doesn't sound right. So if you're going to bring in a song that's vastly different tempo-wise, then be sure and you're going to make sure that there's a pitch lock of some sort. Whatever program you're using, make sure it has a pitch lock feature that basically keeps it from sounding really weird, even though it's going a whole lot faster, a whole lot slower. So we'll put that pitch lock on, and I'm going to bring in this song on the first phrase of the verse of Pettidee's song, and listen to what it sounds like. I'm using the baby scratch to get it ready, and I'm going to bring it in on the 1. My dog was all in with you, moving back to that work. He got a 9 that fell back, and he out trying to get work. He said application no work. Code don't work. He never quit. I about to get it back with all the every day. So if you see there, that's how you mix. You want to bring it in on the 1. Don't forget you can use the baby scratch to press it forward a little bit. Look at your phrases of the song. Is it a chorus? Is it a breakdown? Look at the structure of the song to decide when is the best place to bring in the next song. And then, obviously, again, don't forget about lyrics and instrumentation. And yeah, folks, that's it. That's how you mix. And if you have any more questions, leave a comment down below. I'll, respond to those as quickly as I can. If you think I should do another video to kind of elaborate on some stuff, I'll do that as well. This is just the basics 101, so I really didn't go in depth into it. I just wanted y'all to try to see how to start the process of mixing 2 songs together. DJing is all about mixing. It's all about keeping the party going. You never want to have a whole lot of breaks in the music, so this is a big thing to learn. So again, if you have any questions, leave them below. Other than that, thank you for stopping by. And, as always, if you enjoyed the video, like the video. All right, y'all, that's it for week 3. I'm your host, DJ Connect. Don't forget, if you have a song, if you're an artist and you would like to submit a song to have it used for the lessons that I teach each week, I would love it. I'd be honored if you would allow us to use your song. We can post up your video and links and everything. If you would like for me to use your song during one of these lessons, be sure and hit me up at get@djconnect.com and use the subject Turntable Tuesdays. All right, y'all, and as always, I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. I'm trying to do what everybody else is doing because we love getting on YouTube and watching these lessons and videos. I myself have learned from a lot of videos too. So if you could help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. If you would like this video, if you enjoyed it, if you learned anything. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And as always, click on that bell. Because when you subscribe, when you click on that bell, it helps me to get a little bit more noticed and help other people to find these videos as well. If you enjoyed it, if you got anything from it, I also would love it if you shared it with those that you know. All right, y'all, I'm DJ Connect. I'll catch you next week. All right, y'all, appreciate you stopping by this week. I'm DJ Connect. If you'd like to check out one of the other videos that I've taught on, you can check that out up here. And as always, I'm trying to grow this channel, so I would appreciate any love that you can give. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking down here.